Welcome to Mainland, your local regional television station. I'm Graham O'Brien, and some of the stories coming up in today's news. Winston stoked with new office, Habitat Build draws overseas volunteers, and historic homes need your help, and much more. New Zealand First officially joined the Stoke community and the wider Nelson region yesterday when the Honourable Winston Peters, leader of the New Zealand First Party and its loyal MPs, opened the New Zealand First office on Monday. I spoke with Mr Winston Peters about the opening day and his thoughts on Nelson.
Winston, thanks very much for sparing a bit of time to talk to us today. With many of your New Zealand First policies aimed at caring for the older generation, you must feel like you're on pretty friendly soil here in Stoke.
Well, it seemed like it, and we don't make any bones about it. We think that the young and the old should be cared for properly, and that's why we brought in free doctor's visits for the young in this country, which is quite unique. And we brought in things like the Super Gold card, got rid of the surtax, and ensured that at least we're on 66% of the net average weekly wage. So those policies we've defended for a long, long time, and they're worth defending.
Sure are, and everyone's real pleased for those ones. What do you feel are the election issues for this region in particular?
The real election issue for the whole of the Marlborough, Nelson area, Kaikoura, and even Westland, the big issues here are whether or not you're going to get due recognition for your contribution to the economy. We all know that the central government and the bureaucracy in Wellington is totally egocentric or Auckland-centric in its approach, and meanwhile the regions which drive our economy have been forgotten, and you can see it in so many areas.
And you went down to visit our Cawthron Institute there. What did you think of your visit there?
Well, that's a world-class international institution. It's got a magnificent heritage for almost 100 years now. It's done some and is doing some astonishing work. The nature of the work, of course, is to do in many cases with agriculture and fishing and things like that. But it's best practice, and it was a very, very significant and very insightful visit.
Yes, and Fish and Games just come out thanking Cawthron for coming on board to look after the lakes and rivers.
Well, because these people are independent scientists. They're not in anybody's pocket, sort of spouting what the boss wants. So they can be relied upon, and they've got some serious international input going both ways. And where I come from, way up in the far north, they're doing some marvellous work in agriculture. Work we should have done 50 years ago.
On that topic, I hear that Cawthron's got some connection with your Northland electorate.
Oh, it has, because, we've got mussel farmers up there and potential oyster farmers up there. We've got potential Tauroa sort of seed plantations, which we should be working on real hard. And after all these years, in 2015, we've got an institute down here that's onto it. And as I said to them today, the sad thing is that we weren't thinking about this 50 years ago.
Winston, thanks very much. One last question. Any names in the hats for candidates for Nelson?
Well, we want to get the very best we can up in our 2017 campaign. This will be our best campaign ever, we're confident of that. We've got a very solid organisational base now, and we're starting up here to let people know that we're not Wellington-based, we're not Auckland-based. We're a party with representation all around the country, and we want the best possible man or woman in standing as a candidate here in 2017. We'll go very close to making sure that person's in Parliament, if not for certain.
Mr Peters, thanks very much, and good luck with your campaign.
Thank you.
You can view Winston Peters' full opening speech and questions from those attending the ceremony on Mainland's Facebook page. The national body of the SPCA is calling for a ban on the sale of fireworks due to the damage it causes to animals. Those at the bottom of the cliff when it comes to these volatile forms of entertainment are the fire service, who has been vocal about banning fireworks for obvious reasons. Last year, the Nelson Fire Service attended 5 fireworks related calls, all were trees or vegetation. This year that number increased to 7 so far. This year fires were predominantly trees and vegetation, along with 1 bin and 1 car. At the car fire, a person was injured trying to put it out. As we all know, people store these fireworks for other events or as their fancy takes them. Nationally so far this November, the New Zealand Fire Service has received 257 fireworks related calls, significantly up on last year's total of 158 for the same period. Although the number of incidents is up, it appears as if property fires as a result are down. The Habitat for Humanity volunteers from Canada arrived to a traditional welcome from Victory School Te Ropu Whakamanamana Kapahaka Group. I spoke with Ellen Dickinson, team leader and veteran of this kind of project, and Delaney Cunningham, who is on her first build, about their reasons for getting involved.
Alan, fantastic welcome you got in there. What did you think of that?
Oh, I would use the same word back at you. It's absolutely fantastic. I was so excited, but to see the enthusiasm, to experience the cultural experience of such a history within this country, and then to see the warriors at the end do the war dance, it was almost intimidating. I was almost transposed into being confronted with that on a challenge field and saying, I don't know if I'd go towards these guys at all. So, but great show and really feeling welcome. It's a very unique experience for us. I've done this 10 times in 10 different countries, and it's probably absolutely the most unique welcome that I've ever experienced. And I've just been in Nelson for about 25 hours or something, and I just feel like I'm part of the community already. So it's wonderful.
Great, thanks very much. I'm sure the kids will be glad to hear that. Hey, you've come to New Zealand, you brought a group of people with you, you're from Canada. Can you tell us a little bit about why you're doing this and what brings you here?
Well, specifically to New Zealand, when I started doing this, I retired from my full-time employment about a little over 4 years ago now, and I wanted to find something meaningful to do with the rest of my life, and I'd had some previous experience with Habitat in North America. So I learned and discovered about the Global Village, and the Global Village is where countries send teams to other parts of the world to help break the chain of poverty and provide decent, affordable housing for everyone, which we think is a mission and a right. And so I actually started out with a goal that I would keep going to different countries until I ran out of new ones to go to, and then I would start over again. And that's how I come to be in New Zealand. This is my 10th one in 4 years. New Zealand, I've never been to New Zealand before. I'd had business dealings in Australia a couple of times, so I thought this is a very unique thing. The other thing I found was, as I talked to people about New Zealand, I found that anybody who's been to New Zealand always wants to come back. Everybody speaks so fondly, say, yeah, every person I've ever met from New Zealand, wonderful people, great food, great weather, great country, great scenery. I said, well, we have to come down. So that's why we're here. Now, our team, there's 15 of us. We have 8 females and 7 males, and with a variety of experience background with Habitat. So I think we have 5 people. This is their absolute first one. We have, but in total, I think the total experience amongst the team is 50. So we've partaken in 50 different builds across some 25 different countries. So we like to travel around. We like to have the local experience to see our fellow man and how they deal with things in their country. And so for us, it's a very learning experience to see different approaches to how we might approach it, but it makes us richer from the experience. So one of the things that I always find at the end is the local partners will say they'll thank us for all that we've given and all that we've done. And I always think to myself, I think I'm getting a lot more than I gave here, and I'm going to leave here a much richer person, and for having that experience. So, and I'm certain that's going to happen here, but based on the welcome we've already had. Yes.
Excellent, Alan, and we'll be along to see some of the progress on the site.
We look forward to having you. It's I understand it's going to go up fairly quickly. This would be my first experience with the prefab wall system. Been to the site, seen all the scaffolding up, just see the foundation flooring in there, and say, wow, I wonder how much impact we're going to make. Because in some countries, when we start off with that and we leave, 2 weeks later, it doesn't look a whole lot different. Maybe it came up a little bit. But what I'm told is that very quickly this thing is going to start looking like a couple of houses on that lot, and that'd be really exciting for us to have.
Yeah, and we're excited to watch the progress. Hey, Alan, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you. Our pleasure to be here.
Cheers. Delaney, you don't really fit the mould of a builder that goes around the country building houses. Can you sort of give us an angle of why are you doing this?
Well, you're definitely right. I don't fit the mold. In my home country of Canada, I'm just a retail worker. And I've kind of been, I dropped out of university, and I was really looking for something meaningful to do. and I had been knowledgeable about Habitat for Humanity before, and I thought it was just such a great opportunity because, like, it's just, from what I've heard from so many people, a well-rounded experience of, changing your life, but also enriching it at the same time. You get to have an entire cultural experience at the same time as paying it forward in the world. And I think, particularly with my generation, we're very, very concerned about wanting to make a change in the world. So, with this small contribution, I hope it just creates a domino effect. And, when I go back home, there's so many people, being that I work in retail, so many coworkers who just want to hear about it. And so when I go back and tell them, I just hope that I can inspire at least one or two people to go forth and do their own pay it forward project.
Johnny, that's fantastic. Thanks very much, and we look forward to seeing how you come along.
Thank you very much. I'm really excited.
I also caught up with the lucky homeowner who was putting in his efforts and learning from the ground up about his future home, and the man who has made it all possible through his skills and generosity.
Arjun, you're one of the lucky ones that are going to get one of these houses. You're down here helping the guys. What's your feeling at the moment?
Oh, amazing, isn't it? Amazing this morning. So we got I can see now my house, like the window, my bedroom, everything I can see now. And then a lot of people volunteer, like getting the teams, like they're doing very good, and it's so exciting in here. So I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
That's great. We can understand why you're happy. You think now that after helping them build it, you'll be able to fix things around the house?
Yes, I know. I can fix now everything. So like they're doing, so like they already teach me everything. So I understand everything, so I can fix, I think, hopefully.
Excellent. Well, we're all very happy for you, and we'll come back and see your progress during the stages.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming to ask me. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks for spending a few minutes with us. I know it's all go over there. So Gary, not Tasman Homes, you're the man on the job here. Can you tell us a little bit about your involvement and why you're doing it?
Yeah, well, probably about 2 or 3 years ago, Rob Silcock approached us and wanted us to get more involved with what we're doing because we've got a real interest in something that's going back to the community. So it's taken this long to get us onto the job, but we've been looking forward to this, and we do some nice homes during the year and things, and work with some great people. But it's nice to be able to give something back in this way too.
Cool. And how about your costs? What's going on there?
Oh, so we're charging enough to cover our costs and what we're doing, and then my time, whatever time I'm putting into it is I just give that for nothing, but that's fine. It's a bit of running around, and it's not a problem. Yeah.
Oh, Gary, it's fantastic to hear how much the companies are putting back into our community. It's all local people helping local people. So on behalf of the community, thanks very much for all that you're doing.
Oh, it's good to be involved with it. It's good to be involved. Yeah.
People who walk, scooters, skate, cycle or use mobility scooters are invited to celebrate the opening of the new shared pathway on Waimea Road at 8 a.m. on Wednesday this week. Pathway users on their way to school or work, or just out for a morning walk, can join Nelson Mayor Rachel Reese and council staff in a healthy breakfast snack at the Bishopdale intersection of Beatson and Waimea Road. Council staff will be on hand to distribute bicycle bells and lights and to spread the message that shared pathways are for all users. And finally, Nelson City Council is calling for volunteers to help run its heritage houses in Stoke. Isle House and Broadgream Historic House are enjoyed by the local community and visitors to Stoke, and need front of house volunteers to assist in ensuring the doors are kept open for everyone to enjoy these heritage homes. Isle House has been cared for and manned by a small group of volunteers during the past 16 years, preserving the stories of this historic building and the people who lived there. And from the 1st of November, Isle House was handed over from the Isle Trust to become part of Council's heritage buildings. Chrissy Small met up with Maria Anderson from Nelson City Council to find out what is required to become a volunteer in such a treasured building.
Maria, you were manager for Founders Park, but your title has changed. Tell us a bit about that.
Yes, just in the last couple of months, 3 heritage houses have come into the library's business unit. That's the business unit that I report to. We have Melrose House, Isle House, and Broad Greenhouse, all reporting directly into the Founders business unit, which is really exciting for me because it gets me out of Founders Park and into the community where these gorgeous facilities are.
What a great job. I mean, are you interested in history?
Oh, absolutely. I have a passion for history.
Right, so you're
obviously.
perfect job, and honestly, so you get to live it almost daily.
I certainly do, yes. So the key for Isle House is that we desperately need volunteers to come in and help us open the doors. It's been closed over winter. It's always been closed over winter, but we're searching desperately for volunteers to help us open it up again for this summer. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's such a beautiful, valuable asset it's one of the crown jewels of Nelson City, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's got a gorgeous collection of Nelson Provincial Museum objects, beautiful paintings, pieces of furniture, ceramics that are in the house, and the exhibitions that are in there. There's 4 or 5 rooms in total that have been curated by Sally Paps, and she tells the story of the Marsden family that originally lived in the house and had it built, and in fact he was a very interesting botanist and brought exotic trees into the park. Many of them stand today. Of course, many of them were blown down or damaged in the windstorm, but that story is told in the upstairs room. So beautiful story and a great asset for visitors coming into Nelson over the summer season to come and enjoy the house. Yeah.
Now, Maria, volunteers. Now, people will be going, oh, I wonder what that means to volunteer. Do I just unlock the place and just let people through, or do I have to clean it, or do I have to pick poppies, or what does a volunteer have to do?
So the main role of volunteering at Isle House is meeting and greeting people. We're focusing on opening it over the weekend, so we're looking for people to do 3 to 4 hour shifts. On the weekend. They'll only need to do 1 a week, ideally. So, and they'll have a regular slot. So say you've got a regular Saturday morning slot every week, and of course it's only for 3 or 4 months. We won't be opening it in the winter again. So meeting and greeting. Possibly unlocking, yes. There will be a bit of that. There's staff close by, so obviously there's staff at Founders and there's staff at Broad Greenhouse as well. So lots of training, lots of support, and really we're looking for people with a passion for history. Well, not necessarily a passion of history. It helps if you like to meet and greet visitors. That's that really friendly demeanour that we're looking for. We can certainly tell you all about the house, and you'll soon learn the ropes of the history. There's no problems there.
So not suitable for an introvert, really?
No. And over the summer months, of course, we're really hoping that the people do come through. So we'll be putting some special emphasis on the advertising and the promotion, probably promoting all of the heritage facilities together. It's a very exciting time for heritage in Nelson. So, yes. So hopefully, yes, the introvert is not needed. We are wanting someone dynamic and hopefully the people, lots of visitors coming through the summer.
Now, tell me the kinds of people in the past that have been volunteers for this particular job.
Well, we do have 4 or 5 volunteers that are carrying on. So we already have Fridays and Wednesdays covered. So both of those shifts are already, all 4 of those shifts are already taken. So you work in the morning and then a new volunteer comes in the afternoon. So we have those shifts available. It's a range of just delightful people that live very close by, so they walk into the house, which makes it enjoyable for them, and just a range of absolutely delightful people. I can tell you more about the ones at Founders Park because, of course, I've been dealing with them for the last 8 years. I know I've got volunteers that have been working at Founders Park for more than 18 years and doing a very, very similar shift, so a morning shift or an afternoon shift. At Founders, it's quite busy. There's phones, there's money transactions and things like that. At Isle, a little less busy. Just sitting at the desk and being friendly is what we're looking for.
Right. So is there any, we've got years of history here. What about dusting?
No, that's taken care of. We have a cleaner that will be coming through weekly, so no cleaning involved, no window cleaning, no slaving away in the gardens either. So it really is just a straightforward reception job, meeting and greeting. Some of the volunteers will take the visitors into the rooms. Visitors, of course, love that personal interaction, so into the downstairs room, but they won't leave their post, and they'll let the visitors go upstairs on their own. So,
what about security? You know, in case of someone taking an opportunist, approach to being left alone in a room.
Yes, so we take health and safety very, very seriously, and there's various plans in place to support the volunteer on the front desk, and of course there's the telephone line and power all in place as well. So, and ultimately we'll be looking for people to utilise the back rooms of Isle House. So there perhaps would be artists. In fact, I've got someone very interested in operating high teas at Isle House over the summer. So if that comes to fruition, we'll have multiple users in the house at the same time, which would be ideal.
That sounds like a real draw card for the public to come and have high tea and scones.
On that veranda, wouldn't it look gorgeous?
Oh, it would certainly.
Place for it.
That's right, and I guess you could have theme days as well.
There's lots of opportunities there, and it is all about bringing the community into these facilities and utilising them. So I know there's a lot of dog walkers out there that utilise the park, and I wonder if they have been into the house, and if they haven't, I challenge them to tie up their puppy for a moment and pop into the house this summer, because it is a particularly beautiful exhibition that's on there.
Well, Maria, so you're looking for how many volunteers at the moment?
I think I'm needing 6 shifts to be covered, both Saturday and Sunday, and if we can stretch it out to Monday, then I can promote the house being open for a 4 or 5 day week. So 6 to 8 new volunteers that are hopefully in this area, and it's nice and convenient for about a 3 or 4 hour shift. So just give me a call at Founders. Be delighted to hear from you. The sooner we have the volunteers, the sooner we can open the house. We're rearing to go. So,
well, there you go, community. There's a challenge. So, ideally, maybe some retired people out there who've got a bit of time to kill.
That's right, and feel the need to give back to the community, because it is a precious gift. And heritage houses all around the country operate like this. They operate with volunteers opening them up. So, and that's what's happening very, very successfully at Broadgreen and at Founders. So we need to pull Isle House into the fold and make it happen.
Well, look, I think it's a fabulous place to hang out, so I'm sure you'll get inundated with volunteers.
Good, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
After the break, we'll bring you the latest weather update and some events and happenings coming up from around the region.
Welcome to Smugglers Pub and Cafe, open 7 days a week with free parking all day. Our lunch menus have that fat old-fashioned flavour where we treat you like treasure with the food you'll savour.
We cater for children, grannies and granddads too, with special rates and privileges given to the elderly lunchtime crew. Our staff are friendly and kind and want to see you all come back time after time.
Daytime or evening, it doesn't matter. Give us a call on 546 4084 and we'll be happy to spoil ya.
Hi everyone, I'm Malcolm Harris from the Facilitators. We now look after sales for Mainland TV, radio, Sky and online. New Zealand On Air's latest Colmar Brunton survey confirms Mainland's large multimedia audience. If you're in business or want to put a message out to everyone in the Nelson Tasman region, plus nationwide on Sky or worldwide online, please give me a call or see our website at www.mainlandtv.nz.
We're the team at JCar, right here in Nelson, 120 Hardy Street. Our shop is full of electronic items,
including security alarm systems, electronic components,
solar and power,
electronics toys,
sound systems, cables and much, much more.
JCar. 120 Hardy Street, Nelson.
Yes, yes,
yes. Here at Yes Shop, we love the word yes.
Yes!
We say yes to kitchenware. We say yes to beauty. We say yes to homewares. We say yes to fashion. We say yes to electronics.
Yes to Philips. Yes to Dell. Yes to Apple.
Happy Cool, Glad, Goldia, Huron and thousands of other products in our store.
Yes!
Say yes to TV shopping that's all about fun, made right here in New Zealand with Kiwi presenters like me.
Yes! Say yes to the ultimate service.
With dedicated presenters taking the product out of the box and showing you how it works.
And what it can do for you.
Say yes to our international buying power. That lets us bring you the best bundles at the best bargains.
All from the comfort of your own home.
24 hours a day.
So what are you waiting for?
There's nothing quite like it.
Come with me.
Say yes to Yes Shop.
Yes!
World War I was a defining period in our history, impacting greatly on the lives of people from the Nelson province. Memories of the First World War is an exhibition which will be displayed in a number of regional venues and is currently on at the Nelson Provincial Museum.
Sit and Be Fit is on at the Victory Community Centre Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. at the Victory Community Church, 238 Upper Vanguard Street. School terms only. Fun while you get fitter, work at your level.
Victory 60 Plus is on Tuesdays at 1:30 through to 3:30 p.m. at 238 Upper Vanguard Street. You can join in for cards, games and a cuppa.
On behalf of the team here at Mainland Television News, thank you for joining us, and we'll bring you the latest news and events from around the region again tomorrow.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
Are you tired of endless reality shows? Would you prefer to watch captivating documentaries?
They have swallowed cars.
Exciting movies?
Go ahead, load up and shoot.
Music for the soul?
And if you think I'd eat your fish and chips, I did, you're mistaken.
Programming from around the world? Places to visit? Local news and views?
I'm Graham O'Brien, and today's bulletin. Do you want to change the flag?
No, I don't want to change the flag.
Stay tuned to Mainland TV, your local station.
Edward Gibbon, the bathroom specialist, have a great range of bathroom ideas at their showroom at 23 McGlashan Ave in Richmond. Call in and check out some of the latest bathroom designs and fittings. Edward Gibbon, the bathroom plumbing and drainage supply specialist, 23 McGlashan Ave, Richmond.
Welcome me hearties to Smuggler's Pub and Cafe, famous for hearty meals, craft ales and a friendly service way. Sensational seasonal menus with meals all day and evening too, or sail in for a snack with special menus for young smugglers and you. Settle in for a jolly old time, relax and enjoy our award-winning dining and lovely fine wine. Decked out in an old worldly way, we're open 7 days. Book or come on in to 8 Muritai Street, not far from a beach, walk or swim. Phone 546408.
Why would you want to pay as much as $1,000 for a single bed mattress when you can buy a high quality locally made mattress like this for as little as $220. And a queen size mattress could cost you in excess of $3,000, but at Nelson Beds you could have a mattress like this as low as $425. So why would you go out and spend a fortune on your child's bedroom when you can come to Nelson Beds and buy a complete single mattress and base set, a 7-drawer Scotch chest, a headboard and a 3-drawer bedside cabinet for as little as $979. So call and discuss our custom manufacturing options and local after sales service at Nelson Beds, Nelson's only bedding manufacturer.